Hello everyone, and welcome to Marcus Bayer, episode 2. At the end of episode 1, our man had gone for that scammer obsession, asleep, while Denise had gone out to lunch. "Having a good day," he said a bit later. "Did everything plan out well?" "Yes, I went to a new cafe that's just opened with my friend Barbara. She just lives up the road from me." "Take any photos?" he said, hopefully. "Had a good time?" "No response. Maybe you're busy." "Hello again. I just turned on the iPad again." "Okay, so you'll be active for how long?" "I don't know. I'm just looking at recipes for chocolate cakes." What's your favourite one?" "I don't know unless I make them." "LOL. How was your visit at the new cafe?" "It was lovely. I had homemade tomato and basil soup, and then a toasted cheese tomato and onion sandwich, and yes, it was yummy." "Can you make one like that?" he asked. "Make a sandwich? It's very complicated. You wouldn't understand. Much harder than knowing the difference between a switch and a socket." "OMG! Really?" "Oh yes, definitely," said Denise, disappointing all of you who were expecting her to say, "Oh yes, really. You have to understand thermodynamics to know how to toast the sandwich, fluid dynamics so the cheese doesn't spill." "You're so funny," he said. And then he quoted what she'd said about her business. "We had a nice little business. We did accounts for small businesses and individuals." "What type of business was it?" he asked. Question mark, question mark. "What do you mean? I was an accountant. I told you that. I ran my own business. I told you that. We did accounts for small businesses and individuals. You even managed to copy and paste that. Which bit didn't you understand? Your business must have an accountant." "Yes, of course I have one," said our man, frantically trying to work out what an accountant is. "So which bit didn't you understand?" "What type of business was it? And is it still running since you retired?" "Oh, FGS, I was an accountant. An accountant. We did accounts. Accounts for small businesses. What kind of business do you think it was? A lawn mowing business? And no, it isn't still running. There was only the two of us. We closed it when we retired." "You told me you use an accountant. What type of business does he or she run? A coffee shop?" "No, the financial sector of this my self-employed business. I understand now," he said, as the penny dropped. "So tell me, are you a pet lover?" "Not really. Why?" "Just asking. Never owned a cat or a dog or any other?" "We had a cat when the children were small. We didn't have time for animals." "I see. I had one too, but I like dogs better, so you know." "What have you been doing today?" I slept after we talked. Woke up an hour later, did some paperwork, went to the gym, go check out what's been done for the day, because I'm responsible for it all, went back to my chambers, and now outside to see the town near me. I'm currently about to have a haircut." "Anything but work," said Denise. He sent a photograph of a man, adding underneath, "Can I have a nice selfie of you? If you give me your address, I'll post you a nice one, and an awful one." "I'm in the saloon here," he said. "Doesn't look like a bar to me," said Denise. "I never mentioned a bar." "Yes, you did. You said you're in the saloon." "Barbing shop stroke salon," he said. "Barbing?" asked Denise. "Yes, haircut." "Do you just like making up random words in the hope they might mean something?" "I didn't make up nothing. It's in the dictionary." "Okay, I've never heard of it. Must be something you kids use." Our kid was, of course, offended by being called a kid. "Kids?" question mark, he said. "Really?" "Yes, really." "You think you're so older than I am?" "I've no idea. How old are you?" "How old are you? Let me ask," he said. But we cross-posted. Denise got in first. "Beat you to it. How old are you?" "I'll be 65 this year. What about you?" "I'm 75. "Does that mean you call me a kid?" "Okay, it must be a term old men use, but I've still never heard of it before." "Okay, so do you have a problem being with someone like me? Or you spotted a flaw? I'm not flawless, by the way." "Now what are you talking about? I've never even met you." "Yes, I know, but if we did meet, like you asked earlier today, and making me that meal, I won't forget. You look younger than 75. Since you don't want to answer that, how about your kids? How are they, and how many are they?" "I have 2 children and 4 grandchildren." "You're blessed. I'm a very lucky lady." "Yes, you are. I've only got 1 kid, and he's not an adult yet to make me babies." You're 65 and your son isn't an adult. Well, it's not my fault I didn't make him earlier. He never came when I needed him. He came when I least expected, and from who I didn't expect. What on earth does all that mean? Asked Denise. 5 years at Oxford University, and you can't even write a sensible sentence. Did your tutors forget to correct your homework? It's so basic, he said. Exactly, so you ought to be able to write it so it makes sense. I don't know what's complicated about what I wrote. He never came when I needed him. Or do you mean you've fallen out with him and he refuses to help you? Because that's what you said. Yes, I meant I needed a kid earlier in life. He'll be 20 this year. What a strange thing to say. I've never heard anyone say they need a child. And he sent a photograph of a young man, adding underneath, there he is, sending 2 more photographs of a man and a younger man fixing cars. Always hard-working. One thing I cherish about him. You said he wasn't an adult yet, said Denise, because he'd said that his son was nearly 20. That's a young man to me. He's not fully an adult to me. He's my one and only. I treat him like an egg. LOL. Said Denise. Yes, true. He's into automobiles since he was 7. His favourite toys were always cars. Now he's in it, and he'll be going to college next year. He said he wants to use this year to learn the practical work, and I handed him over to one trusted man I know in that field. He's been superb. It's nice that he knows what he wants to do, said Denise. He sent a photograph of a young boy holding a medal. He brought home a gold medal at 8, he said, and brought home a trophy at 18. I'm so proud of him. Gold medal for doing what? He won car races, he said. I doubt it, said Denise, and he sent another photograph of the same young man standing beside a car, holding a trophy. Not at 8. PE in school, he said. Exactly. Don't doubt my boy, LOL. He started driving at 12. My truck, I meant. I was shocked. It's not him, I doubt. It's you, trying to tell me you won a gold medal for driving at the age of 8. LOL, said our man, sending yet another photograph of the same young man cooking in a kitchen. He's also a big fan of cooking. You guys could make a good combo, LOL. So tell me about your 2 children. Ian lives in Godalming with his wife and their 2 sons, Freddie and Benji. Benji's the youngest of my grandchildren. He set up my iPad for me. Elizabeth lives in Brighton with her husband. Her children are older. Jason's 25 and Lisa's 22. They've both left home. I like that you're connected to them. What do you mean? The fact that you're connected with them. Not everyone are in good terms with their families. It's sad when families fall out. Yes, it truly is. I'm going to bed now. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. And so, about 3 minutes later, he called her. Hello, why are you calling me now? I just told you I was going to bed. Are you going to talk to me?
Hey, I just wanted to speak to you. I saw your message. You say you're going to bed.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good sleep, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. It's been a nice one talking to you today. You made me realize a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, just go have a good sleep. Text me in the morning when you're up, all right?
I will do, yeah. Good night for now.
Okay. Huh?
I'll say good night for now.
Yeah. It's almost midnight over there.
It's 10:30.
Yeah. So, I just want you to have a good sleep and think positive, okay?
I'll stop sniffing. It's horrible. I don't like men that sniff.
No, I'm cool. Just having a runny nose. I was eating some hot, but not hotter than you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
try using a tissue instead of sniffing. It's horrible.
Huh?
I said try using a tissue instead of sniffing. It's horrible.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You know, if you were right here with me, you would have known the best alternative, the best option. So yeah.
Yeah, the best option if I was with you right now would be to use a tissue.
Well, it's nice that you know how to take care of somebody.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway, I'm going to bed.
Okay. Night night.
Get out for now. Good morning, Denise, he said the next morning. I hope you had a restful sleep. Good morning. I'll be going out again soon. I always get the bus into town on Friday morning to do my shopping. I'll be back by lunchtime. OK, stay safe. I'm about to sleep, he said, sending a photograph of a man in bed. I'm about to sleep a bit, Denise, he added underneath. Had a good rest, he said a few hours later. It's raining right now. I'm cold. It's cold here today, too. I hope it's not too cold for you. Feeling better now? Feeling better? Did you mean to send that to someone else? I'm fine, thanks. No, not anyone but you. Oh, OK. Well, I'm fine, thanks. Sorry, I usually go off on here. We can talk privately on Skype or on my personal Gmail. Do you have them? What does I usually go off on here mean, please? I meant, sorry, I'm not stable on here. I meant Facebook. Sleep well. I don't know what that means either, said Denise, in reply to him saying, I'm not stable on here. Good night for now. Let me call you, so you understand better, he said. And so he called her, and rather stupidly, I answered, because it was 11:15 at night.
Oh, nice.
Hello, you
Hello.
can...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. You said you don't know what I meant by my statement.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I meant that I'm not always online on Facebook.
Well, why
So,
didn't you just say that?
yeah, I did.
No, you didn't. You
I
said I'm
did.
not stable on here. I don't know what that means.
Exactly. I'm not stable on Facebook every time, so I have it
What
on
do you mean
Skype.
by I'm not stable? I don't know what that means.
All right. All right. That's why I called you to explain everything better.
Yeah. And then you said something about I usually go off on here. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I've heard of someone going off on one, but anyway.
Yeah, I meant I usually go offline on Facebook. Should you
Oh,
get
right.
that? Yeah.
Well, you
So
seem to be on here
I've got.
most of the time. You're on
Huh?
here a lot more often than I am.
No, I'm not. I'm not always online on Facebook actually. So
Well, I'm
that's
not
why
always
I was.
online anywhere. I only come on occasionally.
Well, I asked if you got Skype or you got a personal Gmail. You didn't ask me.
Well, I've got an email address, yeah.
All right,
But I
that's
only check.
better.
I don't read my emails very often.
Oh, you don't read your emails often.
No, well, nobody sends emails these days, do they?
All right, better. I will send you a an app. Can you install an app yourself?
I don't know what you mean.
An
I can
application
ask
on
my
your phone.
grandson. He'll tell me. I'm sure he'll tell me. He'll be coming
All
tomorrow
right.
morning. He usually comes on Saturday mornings.
Okay, no problem. So that means it's gonna come tomorrow morning.
Yeah, he usually comes on Saturday mornings. Tomorrow's Saturday.
Okay. Okay. So I'll just give you the name, and he will download it for you. Right?
Right.
Is it better that way?
Well, what is it?
It's called Skype or Spike. There, I am usually online on both of them. So yeah,
Never heard of
I'll I
them.
wanna I'll send you the link. Is that preferable?
Well, you can send me the link, but I don't like lots of apps and things I don't understand. What's
No,
wrong
it's
with
okay.
Facebook?
It's so basic. It's so basic. It's not complicated, all right?
Well, I think I want to stay on Facebook. I like Facebook. That's what I understand. You're here on Facebook, and I'm here on Facebook, so you can talk to me when you're on Facebook. If I put something else on, I'll never remember to look.
Well, there's no harm learning something new for me, right? So
Yeah,
yeah,
and there's no
I'll
harm
just
on
give you.
staying on Facebook where you're talking to me. I don't understand why you can't just carry on talking to me on Facebook.
I didn't say I want to leave Facebook. I never said something like that. I just said I'm not always on Facebook, but I'm online on the other apps.
Yeah, and I've
So
just said
if
to you,
we
I
can
don't
talk,
want another apps, and I don't understand why you can't talk to me on Facebook.
no,
Why?
we talk.
Because you're not
We're
always on
talking here.
Facebook, why should you make me install something else that I don't want to install?
Okay, you don't want to install
No,
it.
I
Now you're
don't. I
telling
want
me
to stay
that.
here on Facebook. It's what I understand. If you're not always on
All
Facebook, it
right.
doesn't matter. You can talk to me when you are on Facebook.
I want to talk to you every time. That's why.
Yeah, but as I've told you, if I install another app that I don't understand, I won't use it. So all that'll happen is you won't talk to me at all. Well, that's up to you.
Okay, better still, you just send me your email address so I'll have another way of contacting you. I don't want to just have one way of contacting you. I want to have more than one way of contacting you, if
Well,
you
I can
get
give
it
you
now.
my email address, yeah.
Okay, that's better. That's better. So,
Are you
so that
still
means
sniffing, are you?
how's your day?
Oh, it was all right.
How's your
As
day been?
I always go into town on Friday mornings to do my shopping.
So what you go buy?
Oh, well, I bought apples and tomatoes and some potatoes and some bananas and some sausages. Is that really what you want to know?
Yeah, I want to know. I'm curious.
All right.
Well, it's
And then I
nice
went
you.
into Sainsbury's and I bought some washing up liquid and some new washing up cloths. And I bought a new mop for the floor.
So you do some chores too?
Now they do themselves. What do you think?
Mm.
Or maybe you think I'm too old and I've just got a dirty house.
Why you talking like that? I never said something like that. I was thinking someone do it for you, or maybe your grandkid do it for you and stuff like that.
How can you? I'll stop sniffing, it's horrible. Can, can you imagine a 14 and a 16-year-old boy cleaning the floors for me? I can't.
Well, it's called help, right?
Yeah, stop sniffing, it's horrible. Get yourself a tissue, man.
No, I don't have a running nose.
Well, then stop sniffing, it's a horrible habit. And it's only men that do it, you know.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I taught my boy not to
So
do
tell
it.
me, you taught your boy out.
Not to do it, it's an horrible habit. Just carry a tissue. I was taught that as a little girl when I was at school.
Definitely.
You know what? When I was a little girl, we used to have handkerchief inspection. If you didn't have a handkerchief with you, you had to go to the headmaster's office and explain yourself.
I don't have a runny nose actually. It's just that I'm just cold, alright?
You just go, all right, where are you?
Yeah, I'm just cold. I'm indoors. I'm on my bed right now. I'm just chilling inside, and it's quite still daytime. So yeah, I noticed that you used to go to
So why
bed.
are you
So
in bed if it's daytime?
I'm chilling. I just woke up from a nap.
What time is it? What time is it?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What time is it?
It's noontime now.
It's noon.
Yeah,
Where are you?
3. You
3.
don't know
That's
where I'm
not.
at?
Well, 3 isn't noon, is it?
Yeah, it is. 3:27 right now.
And you've
3:27.
been asleep. You're not at work.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I got done with work earlier today. I got
Uh,
done with work since 1 a.m. in the
what?
morning. I didn't even work.
You got done with work at 1 a.m. Why were you working at night?
You know why? Because that's the perfect time when I'm awake. Sometimes I couldn't sleep. I just go outside, check on stuff, get busy. That's why I took a nap because I didn't sleep at night.
Oh, how weird. So what
So
were
I
you
woke.
doing at work today?
Well, what I was doing, I checked. I went to check what it did. I didn't do anything actually. I just went to cross check what it did. So today I'll be checking everything.
So does that mean you're finished if all you're doing is checking stuff?
Yeah, I only check. If they don't do it right, I do it myself. I make it perfect. You get it?
No, not really.
Exactly. If
So
they
what
don't
were you
do it
checking?
right,
What were you checking?
huh?
Where were you, on the ship or in the warehouse?
No, I haven't left Santa Cruz. I'm still here.
So you're in the warehouse.
Yeah,
So you haven't finished working there, or have you finished
I
working
haven't.
there?
I haven't. It's gonna take me another month or two.
All right.
Yeah, multitasking
Oh yeah, I'm sure
isn't.
just checking what people have done is multitasking. Yeah.
It is because I'm the contractor. Yeah, I was the one that signed the contract, so I have to make sure
Oh, that's
everything's okay.
multitasking. Is it signing the contract and I suppose that is two things, isn't it? One is signing the contract, and two is checking what people have done. Yeah, I suppose you could call that multitasking.
Oh my God! If you were in my position, you know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't want anyone to make a mistake, so you don't get the blame for it. You get me?
No, I don't get you.
Okay, let me say, imagine you got a team, the workers. Like you got workers, you got local workers from California here, and you got workers you brought from England. You get it? So you make them a team. One. All right. So we are made up. I should just say I got I got 18 workers. I'm number 19. So you gotta see how much work I do by checking everybody, checking everything. You get it?
So you took
That's a
workers
whole
with you
lot of
from
work.
England.
No, no, no. I took only 8 from England. You get it? 8
So you
from
did
England.
take workers with you from England.
8 workers from England.
Yeah,
10 are locals.
yeah. So you did take some workers from England.
Yeah, I did.
Why did you have to take workers from England?
Because they're the ones that have been working with me for years and I'm familiar with them.
All
You
right,
understand?
okay.
Yeah. I've got my own, those are my personal people. My financial advisor, my accountant, then the
You took your
remaining
accountant with
6.
you to work on a warehouse.
Yeah, they check everything that's been bought. You understand? Everything but he's the one that take care of that. Can you hear me?
So who else did you
Are you
take?
there?
You took your accountant. You took your. What else did you say?
I said he's the one responsible.
Yeah, you're not listening to me, are you? You took eight
All right.
workers from England. One of them was your accountant. What was the other seven?
My financial advisor.
So you took your financial advisor and your accountant. Oh, I'm sure they're really handy with fixing switches and sockets. What were the other six that you took?
Listen, you're the one getting it wrong.
No, I'm not
When
getting anything
someone
wrong. I'm
listen,
not getting
when
anything
someone
wrong. You
listen to
shut
me.
up.
When
Shut up. You told me you took eight workers from England,
I
and
should shut up,
you told me
really?
that one of them was your accountant and one of them was your financial advisor. So that leaves
Yeah.
six. What were the other six? I didn't get anything wrong. That's what you told me.
The other 6 are engineers. So you get it now?
Don't be rude. I didn't not get
6
it in the
hours.
first. I didn't not get it in the first place. You definitely told me you
Okay.
took 8 workers, and you definitely told me
Definitely.
one of them was your accountant and one of them was your financial advisor. So that leaves
Yeah.
6 workers. Right, those six
Yeah.
workers are what are those other six?
I call my accountant my worker because I should get paid.
I
You
didn't
understand?
say that you didn't call your accountant your worker. You told me you took 8 workers, right? You told me one of them was
Yeah.
your accountant, that leaves 7. You told me one of them was your financial advisor, that leaves 6. What were the other
Yeah.
6? What are the other 6?
Okay. The other 6 are engineers,
Right,
electrical
what
engineer,
kind of engineers?
electrical.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be
There's
so
no
much
way I'm
easier
gonna.
if you just answered the
There's
question you were
listen.
asked, wouldn't it?
There's no way I'm gonna handle everything myself.
Who
I
said
can't
you
go
were going
out
to
there.
handle everything yourself?
I can't go out there to buy things and make records and keep
Who said you could go
records
out
and
there
all
and
that.
buy? What do you do? That just like talking to yourself, don't you? I never said any of that.
You told me to shut up.
Yeah, I
That's
did tell
that's
you to
why.
shut up because you weren't listening to me, and you're still not listening to me. You just talk to yourself, don't you? Almost none of your answers are anything to do with what I've asked you.
I really like your guts. I like
Right.
it.
So now you've got 18 workers because obviously we agree you can't do the work of 18 people yourself. So you don't have to tell me that you can't do the work of 18 people yourself. What are the 10 people that you hired over there?
Yeah, they're locals from California here.
Yeah, of course they're locals from California. You hired them over there. What do they do?
What do they do?
Well, you've got your financial advisor, you've got your accountant, and you've got 6 engineers you've taken with you. What are the 10
Yeah,
people you've hired over there?
they're engineers as well.
Right. So you've got 16
I like that.
engineers working for you. And you've got your
Yeah,
financial advisor, presumably with his clipboard, making sure you're not overpaying them.
number
And
one, making sure I'm not overpaying them, making sure everything is bought at the right price, and making sure that I don't spend more than a budget.
oh, that's what financial advisors do, is it? Fancy that.
That's what he does.
Is it? Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad you took him with you. I'm sure he's enjoying the outing. I mean,
He's living his life. I don't force him.
I'm
Is
sure he is, yeah.
obviously,
Sure he's
yeah,
living the life
is
of Riley.
seriously,
Well, what else would he be doing?
yeah. He's just doing his job and getting paid.
Yeah. Who makes sure you don't overpay him? If he makes sure you're not, oh, the accountant, presumably.
What did you say?
I said if your financial advisor is there to make sure you're not overpaying everyone else, who's making sure that you're not overpaying the financial advisor?
That's funny because I make sure I don't overpay him. Okay, if you want to hear that.
Oh, that's good.
I'm just, listen, I can't do everything myself, so that's why I take people with
Well, obviously you can't do everything yourself.
me. I really like the way you like you know you're curious.
Yeah, well, it's called trying to get some sense out of you, really, isn't it?
I like it. I like that you're curious, and I like the satisfaction I give you.
Well, I wouldn't call it that, but yeah, it'll be entertaining in the video, though, won't it?
I actually like you to be here. You said you run business,
No, I
right?
told you I'm
You ran
retired.
business before you retired, right? With
Yeah.
your late husband, and you refused to tell me what kind of business. You were only telling me Small business, small business, small
Oh,
business.
for God's sake, how many times do I have to tell you what kind of business I ran? I typed it out for you line by line. I'll say it 3 times because obviously saying it once doesn't get through your head, does it? I was an accountant. I was an accountant.
Listen,
I was an
I don't have
accountant. All right, did you understand that? I was an accountant. Right? I
okay.
ran
For
my
what
own
type of firm?
I ran my own small business. I was an accountant. I ran my own business. I was an accountant. I ran my own business. I didn't work for a big accountancy firm. I ran my own business as an accountant. We did the accounts
Okay.
for local
My
small
question is,
businesses. I told you that. You even managed to type that back for yourself. We did the
I
accounts
know you
for
told
small
me that. I
businesses.
know you told me that. My
What kind of
question
business
is,
do you think I ran? A betting shop?
that's why I'm asking what type of business. There
Well,
are
what kind of
a million
business?
businesses
What
to
kind
run.
of business do you think it was? I was an accountant, right? I was an accountant. I was an accountant. I did accounts. I did accounts for small businesses and individuals. I did the account. I was an accountant. I did accounts for businesses and individuals. What kind of business do you think that was? I was an accountant. Do you know what an accountant does? I mean, presumably you do. You got
Of
yours
course,
with
I
you.
have one, so I
Yeah.
know what
Right. What kind
she
of business
does.
does your accountant run?
I'm gonna say the business my accountant run is this business I'm in right now, and this business is an engineering business. It's a contract, right? But the business
Are
you
you really
run,
that
I don't know. I
stupid
don't
that you
have an
think your
idea
account?
of the
Are
kind
you
of
really that
business.
stupid that you think
There is,
your accountant
listen,
runs his own
let me tell you
engineering
something.
business?
Let me tell you something. There are banking businesses, there are retail businesses, there are a lot of businesses in the world. So I just want to know the sector. If it's about fruit crops or school
Are
business
you
or
really as
bank
stupid
business.
as you sound? Are you really that stupid? Let's break it down
Oh
into
my
really,
God.
really, really simple steps, shall we? I was an accountant, right? I was an
Okay,
accountant.
okay, okay.
Right, I was an accountant. We've got that. We agree I was an accountant, right?
Yeah.
I ran my own small business. We agree on that, do we? I ran my own business. I didn't work for a big accountancy firm. I ran my own business. We've got that, right?
Okay,
I
noted,
did
noted,
accounts.
noted.
I did the accounts. It's what accountants do. I did the accounts for small local businesses, all kinds of businesses. We had chiropractors, we had hairdressers, we had farmers, we had pubs, we had shops, we
Exactly.
had
That's what I want to know.
right. We had our customers were from all kinds of businesses. Right. We did their
Okay,
accounts.
yeah,
Right. We did
exactly.
their
That's it.
accounts.
I
I
got
was
it
an
now. I
accountant.
got it
I
now.
did their accounts.
Nice, nice, nice. So, if I should ask, how many countries have you been to? Or you haven't been out of England?
We went to Spain when the children were small. I've been to France a few times, and when we retired, we went on a cruise to Alaska. How many countries have you been to?
Oh, I've been to Canada, France, Spain, Brazil, Colombia, Switzerland, Scotland, and the United States.
All right, you think Scotland's a separate country, do you? Well, I suppose they'd agree with you in Scotland.
Yeah, it's in the UK, so yeah.
Oh, congratulations. At least you know where Scotland is.
I'm not so dumb.
Well, I do wonder sometimes.
You wonder? Come on, man. I'm bigger than that.
Yeah, well, how many times have I had to tell you what an account that I'm an accountant? I ran my own small business doing accounts, and you asked me what kind of business it was. What do you think it was? A cafe? I was an accountant. I ran a business
It could
doing
be a
accounts.
cafe. It could be a cafe. It could be a bank. It could be
You really
a
are
school
stupid,
business.
aren't you? You
Yeah.
really are thick. I mean, you've got to be stupid not to understand. I was an accountant. You've got an
Wait,
accountant. I was an
are you not gonna
accountant. Right,
Let me
you
ask you a
clearly don't know
question.
what an accountant is, do you? I was an
No, I already
accountant.
understood you already. We passed that. We passed that.
You're
I
right.
already
I did
understood you. We are
accounts.
past that.
I did accounts for small businesses in all kinds of sectors. I was an
It's
accountant.
okay.
That's the
It's
kind of
okay,
business I
Dennis. I
ran. I
understand
was an
you now.
accountant.
It's okay. It's okay. I
Yeah,
understand
well,
you.
okay for you to be so thick you don't know what an accountant does. But anyway, if you ask your own accountant tomorrow, I'm sure he'll tell you what he does. He probably won't
I
tell
know
you he's an
already,
engineer or a
okay?
farmer. He'll probably tell you he's an accountant. I mean, he might not. You know, if you told me you were an electrical engineer, you wouldn't want me to keep asking you what kind of business you run, would you?
No, I wouldn't because
No,
it's
because you told me you were an
self-explanatory.
electrical engineer and I should know what an electrical engineer does. You know, you wouldn't expect me to say, well, what sector are you in? Are you a farmer?
It's okay. We're not fighting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you feel offended if I call you stupid?
Um, Only if I was being stupid. It's you that's being stupid, isn't it?
You've called me stupid times I can't count.
Yeah, well, there might be a reason for that.
And it's so funny to me because we haven't known for a long time and you're just blasting me up and down.
I know, and I only went to Guildford Technical College, and you spent 5 years at Oxford University, and you don't even know what an accountant is, do you?
I know. I was asking the business. You
Yeah, and you
understand
still
me?
can't work out what kind of business an accountant would run, can you? So you obviously don't know
I
what an
already got it
accountant
now.
is.
Oh my god, it's okay.
I mean, you know, if I told you I was a farmer, you'd know what kind of business I run, wouldn't you?
It's okay.
And
It's
if I
okay. I
told you
got you
that
now.
I was a chef, you'd know what kind of business I run. And if I told you that I was a hairdresser, you'd know what kind of business I run. Yeah, and
Yeah, I would.
if I told you that I was, I can't think of anything else, that I was a car salesperson, you'd know what kind of business I run. Yeah,
Those are self-explanatory, okay?
yeah, and you don't think being an accountant is self-explanatory?
Being an accountant goes a long way actually because you can be working for different kind of people.
Yeah, you still don't know what an accountant is, do you?
No, I know what an accountant does.
Right, tell me what an
You
accountant
understand?
does.
Huh?
Tell me what an accountant does.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm not that
really.
dumb.
Tell me what an accountant does. You've just said you know what an accountant does. Tell me.
Really?
Yes, really.
I'm not
You've
that
got one.
dumb. Take it
Tell me what
easy.
he does. Future me interrupting here. If you're looking at the screen, you'll see where he was reading the next bit from.
Okay, let me say an accountant help business make critical financial decisions and they collect, they track, and they correct a company's finances. Okay?
Right, so why do you not think being an accountant is self-explanatory?
Because it's something that I don't know. You could be an accountant for a should I say an individual? You can be an accountant for a firm, an organization. You
Right,
understand? So,
how many times do I have to tell you? I'll tell you three
but you
times
told
more.
wait, you
No,
told me
I'm going to tell
yours.
you three times more,
Oh
and
my
then if you
god.
don't get it, I'll know you really are as thick as you sound. Right.
I already got you.
Shut
I
up.
already
Right.
understood your
Shut up. I ran my own small business. I ran my
okay,
own small
got you,
business.
Dennis.
We did accounts for local small businesses and individuals. We did the accounts for small local businesses and individuals. I'll say that again. We did the accounts for small local businesses and individuals.
All right, now I got it.
Right, how many times have I said, well, I've lost count of how many times I said that. You even managed to copy and paste it for yourself and send it back to me. 5 years at Oxford University and I have to repeat myself a dozen times. Oh, I suppose that's why you were there for 5 years. You probably kept failing the final exam, did you, after 3 years and had to take it 3 times in a row?
Come on, man. Come on. You
Well,
don't have to. You
why
don't
were you
have
there
to.
for 5 years then? You don't know why you were there for 5 years. Perhaps you just couldn't be bothered to leave.
Really?
But why were you there for 5 years?
I don't know, to learn what I want to be,
You don't know
to
why
be
you were
what I
there for
want to
five
be.
years. You just kept
Yeah,
going back, did you?
to to perfect my art.
To perfect your art. Oh yeah, that's what you do at university. I'll just enrol at university and stay there for as long as I want. I mean, it works
Well,
like
I'm
that at
enjoying.
Oxford, I'm
I'm
sure.
actually enjoying our company.
You know, you just randomly graduate when you've had enough of being there, do you?
No, I graduated because I was perfect at what I wanted to be. Oh my god, that was a long time ago.
I'm sure it was. What kind of degree did what level of degree did you get?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, I do want to know what level of degree did you get? You were there for 5 years, you must remember. You can't
A
remember.
bachelor's degree, master's, okay, both.
Yeah, what level? You know, what standard? What kind of. Actually, you did a master's degree. What did you do a master's degree in?
Come on, you already know my profession. I don't need to start explaining again.
So you can't remember what your master's degree was. Can you remember
I know.
what your bachelor's degree was?
Maybe I'm too old for that.
What, you're too old to remember? What you studied at university? I can remember what I studied at Guildford Technical College, and I'm older than you are.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm 10 years older than you, and I can still
yeah,
remember
you're
what I
older
studied
than
at
I
college.
am, but you don't have to stuck it in my face.
Yeah, so you're still a youngster, and you don't remember what you studied at university. Oh well.
Actually, no, I know, okay.
Right, you're going to tell me then?
Tell you.
Yeah,
Where do
me.
you
You
want me
know,
to
tell
start?
me. When you've looked it up, obviously, I mean, you'll have to go on the Trinity College website and find out what degrees they do. But when you've looked it up,
No
you can tell
way.
me. And then you can look up what bachelor's degrees they do. Sorry, what master's degrees they do. Well, you'll have to go back 40 years, won't you, and find out what they were doing 40 years ago. I don't suppose it's changed. Well, it might have changed a bit, of course.
You definitely know that the
No, what?
highest degree. Listen, you know the highest degrees already, okay? You just want to put me on the spot.
No, I'm just asking you what you studied at university. It shouldn't be hard. Most people can tell you just like that. You know, they don't try and get out of it by telling you you're putting them on the spot. They just say, "Oh, I studied whatever it was."
Tell me about yours. I haven't even asked you a question
No,
about
I'm
yours,
waiting for
but
you to tell me
you've
yours.
asked me 100 questions about mine.
Yeah, and you're not telling me, so I'm not telling you until you've answered mine. What did you study at university? What was your bachelor's degree? And what was your master's degree? If you ever tell me, I'll tell you what I did. But if you don't tell me, then I'm not going to tell you, am I? I'll just tell you the same stupid rubbish you're telling me.
I'm not telling you rubbish, okay?
Well, then tell me. What was the subject of your bachelor's degree, and what was the subject of your master's degree? Shouldn't be hard to remember.
Don't worry, I'll write it out for you.
Yeah, okay, when you've remembered. Well, if you ever remember, I'll tell you what I studied. Anyway, it's getting
Come
late.
on, man, don't treat me
I
like
need to go
that.
to bed.
Don't treat me like that.
Don't treat you like what? It's nearly midnight. I need to go to bed. And I see no reason why I should tell you what I studied if you won't tell me what you studied.
Well, I want to know yours.
Yeah, and I want to know yours. You're not telling me, so I'm not going to tell you.
You already know engineering science, okay?
Right, and what was that? Was that your bachelor's degree or your master's degree?
Both of them.
Right. So why did it take you so long to tell me that?
Because you already know.
No, I didn't already know. That's the first time you've told me.
You already know I'm an engineer, but I don't
Yes,
have
you
to.
know I'm an accountant, so I don't have to tell you what I studied, do I?
Alright, tell me yours.
No, because I've already told you I'm an accountant.
Okay. You see what I'm talking about? You want me to talk,
Yeah,
or
I'm
you
just
don't want me to
copying you. That's what you're talking about. And you don't like it, do you?
talk?
No, exactly. So anyway, it's nearly midnight. I've got to go to bed. It's well past my bedtime.
Yeah, it's way past midnight over there.
It is. No, it's not. It's 5 to midnight, and it's well time I was in bed. So I'll talk to you again
Okay.
tomorrow.
Alright, I'll be here.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, even though you tell me you're not on Facebook. I know you will be.
I'll be here. I'm not
Yeah.
there
Well, it won't
100%
be in the morning because
24/7.
because my son and my grandsons always come round on Saturday morning.
Okay.
So it'll be after lunch, but it'll be tomorrow afternoon.
So you will be online in the afternoon.
I think that's what I just said, wasn't it?
Okay. I would like
Anyway,
to have a good chat with you.
yeah. Anyway, I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Alright, have a good sleep, Dennis.
Okay then. Bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, does anyone remember this guy's voice? I'll swear I've talked to him before, but I can't work out who he is. I thought maybe it was Alistair Leslie, but I don't think it is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in episode 3.